It's time to look into self-care. Hey, Coach Nye here at Mind Over Sport. Thanks for taking a minute with me today. I get talked about with athletes and amongst a little bit of a group chat. We're talking about self-care at this time of year, especially this time of year when in the sport of hockey it's kind of slowing down and on pause right now with the NHL. So what is self-care and what can we do to help ourselves in the future if something goes wrong or we're not comfortable with something, that type of thing. Self-care is a practice of taking active role in preserving or improving one's health and well-being, and it's through lifestyle design and daily choices. Self-care extends beyond your basic physical needs. So you need to consider your mindset, psychology, the emotional, spiritual side, social, your financial, and even academic well-being. And all these we discuss in a worksheet that has been developed for Mind Over Sport and their athletes. So this worksheet, as I mentioned, has been developed through Mind Over Sport. And we like to go through some of the aspects of it and let me explain how it works. So we have a plan that we have athletes go through, and the first question is, how are you coping or currently coping with situations in your life? So you examine your own habits, and that's an important first step in developing a self-care plan. How do you typically deal with life demands? Can you identify when you need to take a break? So when you're faced with challenges, we can use this positive coping strategies or negative coping strategies as well. And I'll give you a few examples here as well. We talk about self-care strategies like this. A few items here, just a short list. Make a gratitude list. List the music may help you out. Practice yoga, a great source of mindset and settling yourself down. Taking a nap works for me all the time, and hanging out with friends. These are just a few things that you can make on your list. And what self-care needs are, again, we all are faced with unique challenges, and no two people have the same self-care needs. So you have to take consideration what your values are. What are you moving towards in your sport and life? And what your needs in everyday life are, which is your daily self-care needs, versus what you value and need in the event of a crisis, emergency self-care. Remember, self-care extends far beyond your basic needs. As I mentioned before, it's your psychologist, your emotional, spiritual, social, financial, and academic well-being. Again, some examples on the self-care and looking at things, how you could be positive or negative. Take, for instance, the mind. You want to disconnect from electronic devices if possible, but maybe you want to start journaling or making a budget, making a do list, or seeking some support from a counselor, and working on your mental game. So those are the things that will help, both good and bad. All emotions, you want to celebrate the wins, no matter how small, how big they are. Use positive affirmations. Again, staying away maybe from social media use. Acknowledging your emotions through journaling again. And then always trying to engage in activities that bring you joy. When I talk to athletes about the emergency of self-care, we discuss these things as well. When you are faced with a crisis, you likely won't have time to create a coping strategy. So it's time to take a moment and develop a plan in advance so it's there when you need it. So that's where this worksheet comes in, that you can plan and review later on. We have a table on there of content, and some of the tools that we use for self-care is relaxing, staying calm. So we ask, what activities help you relax? What activities make you more irritated or frustrated? And the social aspect of things, who can you reach out for support? Or are there people that you just should avoid during the times of distress? Your mood and emotions, again, another category. Which activities uplift your mood? Maybe watching a funny TV show or a comedian or something. And what should you avoid when you're feeling down? Staying in bed, going to parties, and so forth. So once you've created this self-care plan, look at it regular. It takes time to form good habits. Add self-care time to your calendar, same way you prioritize your practice time, your workouts, your competition, your mindset building. Make a commitment to yourself to practice your self-care routine as often as possible, because remember, you are worth it. So if you'd like some more information on the self-care worksheet to help your athletes, to help yourself, please get in touch with me at coach9@mindoversport.com and ask for the self-care worksheet. I'd be happy to send it out to you, a copy of it, with some explanation on how to fill it all out, and work with your athletes on this. Because remember, you and your young athlete are important. Again, thanks. Remember to check out our website at www.mindoversport.com. Like the video, share it with others. Self-care is very, very important, just not for an athlete, but for yourself, for everybody. And it's the time of year right now that we all need to be careful with our own selves. Thanks for joining me. Bye for now.